if you haven't already done so, it might be a good time to just tidy up this parallax scrolling area. Be nice just to put a bit of padding on the top and the bottom, just so that it looks a bit better. So I already put 60 pixels on the bottom, so I'll just save that and update. I refresh. There you go, looks better already. And you can see that the parallax scrolling loosely appears to work a bit better. There's a bigger area for it to work within. So next what we're going to do is we're going to add a testimonial section. So I'm going to add a new row, and what we're going to do with this row is we're going to create what's known as a bump. This is just a nice little transition from one area to another. So I'm going to show a bump at the top, and we're going to make it white. We don't need any of that other stuff. Just save that. We're then going to add another custom heading. And we're going to call this testimonials. Let's just do adding there. Let's update that. See what that gives us. There you go, there's the little bump. Kind of like it's a nice little transition into the next section. We need to go and change that into the default font. So let's just go ahead and do that. If you forget, so edit. Actually, that's the wrong section. Scrolling down. Yes, default family. Okay. Now, there's a testimonial section built into this theme. Now, it's quite convoluted. There's quite a lot to it. You can have before and after pictures. You can set up individual personal information. So you can set up, you could actually for each testimony you could have the age, what their problem was. You can set up categories and that sort of stuff. We're going to do a simple version. So I'm going to open up this testimonial section. And in the categories, I've already set up back problem and stress just as examples. Depending on what your website is, you might not require that. Those sorts of categories. It could just be male or female. It's entirely up to you. You only need to fill the name in and just add new category. So I'll go to add new testimonial, and it's always a good idea to start with the name of the person. So let's do Mary Green Day, just to make up a name. we're going to say it's a back problem. Now this section is used when you actually go into the actual page itself, which we'll be able to click on. The excerpt is used usually maybe in a slider or something like that, where you can see the heading and a little bit of text. So let's just put something quickly in there. Very hard results. I'm not even sure if we're going to see it on what we're doing, because we're going to use a grid. The slider version, you need to input before and after images. So if I go down here, you'll see here before and after. So say it was somebody who dealt with fitness, or anything to with before and after shot, and that appears in the testimonial slider option, but we don't need that. Now the author of the testimonial, again, use the same name, because that will appear. Put a little bit of text in there. You could use the same as the excerpt, or you can put something more unique, because again this will appear. This will also appear actually on the testimonial page. And then this is where you can go and do some extra styling. So if I was to click on Backend Editor, add an element, I can go and see actually personal info. So like so, and then personal info item, and I can say age 33. Can then go and add a personal info item. Not in there though. I'm going to do that. There we go. Another one. Problem, issue, stress. Okay, and this might not be relevant to you. And then I could put in just a text block if I wanted to say, yeah, this is what's been happening with this person. Save changes. I can then set up a featured image. I've already set one here. It could be a picture of the person, or I've just selected this image. So I'm going to update that testimonial. While that's updating, I'm going to go back to our home page. So here's the custom heading, and within that row there, I'm going to add testimonials grid. Testimonials per page. Next to set the grid in there. I'm going to update that. Update that. There we go. So we could have 2 or 3 or 4 or lots of testimonials there. So there you can see is the little bit of text that we put in. If I then click on that, it will take us to the actual testimonials page. There you can see age, issue. Now, again, I put this in a row, but I didn't select how many columns. If I was to say that was in 2 columns, I could have all this information on one side and I could put an image on the other side. But again, it's up to you whether you actually want testimonials. There's a lot more to this section that we could go into, but we're just really going to, at this point in time, build pages and finish the home screen. So if you do want to come back to the testimonial section and find out how to set that up, then we can probably do that at the end if you really want to. You can see on this page as well, we've got breadcrumbs. Again, for each page, if I scroll down here, actually it doesn't let us switch off the, let's just have a look at the screen options at the top here. No, it doesn't let us switch off breadcrumbs on this screen, unlike the other screens it does. On the pages screens it does, but this is kind of it's a custom post is what this is called, and yeah, I can't see anywhere on there that it's going to let us switch that off, but that's fine. I mean, it's probably good for SEO anyway. This down the side here is what's known as a sidebar. We can actually go and alter that. We could probably change that and remove or put extra stuff in there if we wanted to. So let's just go back to this screen. So the next thing we're going to do is going to add a contact form on the bottom, another call to action.